All right, so Seaport Digital sent over a 27K battery. Now, before I get into this, I do use a lot of batteries when I travel. Last year, I did over 7 conferences across the country, and I always had the need for extra power wherever I went. In fact, at CES this year, just a few weeks ago, it felt like a third of that conference was all about batteries. They had solar systems, they had hand crank systems. People are finding the need to have extra power to recharge their gadgets on the go. Now you have your phones, you have your tablets, cameras like this can be recharged via USB. A lot of people are carrying notebooks as they travel around. So batteries are starting to become a necessity, I think. More people are starting to just carry it around with them. Typically, I'll carry something like this. This is a Tachyon battery. I have quite a few of these, real happy with these. It does have USB, and then when you need to, you can actually plug a cable in on the side here, select certain voltages and power up accessories as well. So you can power 2 items at one time using this battery. But when I'm walking around, maybe I'll use a smaller battery because this fits in the pocket. But as a reference, this one's only 1600 milliamps. It may charge your phone up once if you're lucky, but it'll kind of get your phone to survive through the day if you use it quite a bit, but not more than that. So sometimes you need to have a bigger battery system, but pretty much these batteries are only good for certain things. Now let's take a look at the Seaport Digital 27K that they sent over. All right, so it does come in its own case here. I've opened this up and I've been using this for about 2 weeks now. So I'm just trying to put it back the way it was. Actually, it was really nicely wrapped up with plastic and everything. Now you may not need to carry all of this equipment with you all the time. It does come with a manual, gives you instructions, and again, a nice little bag to have everything in there. Now it is a pretty universal battery. It will run a lot of different laptop systems. We'll get into that in a second, but it does have a variety of tips here to pretty much power any type of accessory you could think of. These are little tips for 5-volt devices like an iPhone, the older iPhone, and it has a micro USB at the end here. So it's a micro USB to this tip right over here, and I'll show you that cable. Now inside the case you have a standard kind of 2.5, 5.5. This is very common. This will come from the battery into another accessory, and then you can mount those various adapter tips to this. So basically these tips will fit at the end of this cable, and then this cable plugs into the battery. Over here you have the micro USB adapter. This can go directly into any of your, say your Android phones, or anything that takes micro USB, like my Sony camera, so I can charge it directly here. But you can also use some of the tips to connect to this and then interface with another device. Here's another little adapter here for a different type of accessory, smaller. Here you have the AC wall adapter. Now this guy can actually plug directly into your system without the battery. So these tips here can actually be used directly on this AC adapter to charge up your whatever you're trying to power on. But this AC adapter is also used to recharge the battery. So you're only carrying one adapter here to go directly to your device, and that same adapter is going to be used to recharge this battery. All right, so it does come with a cigarette lighter adapter, so it'll output 12 volts, and this can be used to recharge the battery as well inside of your car. So you don't always have to be in a hotel room or something. You can plug this into your car and recharge your battery. Now this is my favorite accessory, and kind of why I like this battery. It does come with a Magsafe connector. Look familiar? This is the stuff that's used on Mac laptops. Now this is the Magsafe 1, but there is an adapter that you can get optionally through Amazon, where you can make this Magsafe 1 to Magsafe 2 for the newer MacBooks. But this is primarily used for like the MacBook Airs. And what's interesting is not a lot of people can make this cable, so I'm not sure how they're able to do it. Other systems out there kind of have this way of cutting up your existing Magsafe and then interfacing with their own, a different battery system, or taking your power adapter and, you know, makeshifting it to a different battery. But this battery actually comes with a Magsafe connector. So again, this just plugs into, say, this cable right here, and then you can interface it with the battery. So it could go like this, and then this will connect directly into the battery, and this will actually power up your MacBook Pros or your MacBook Air, and that's what's really cool about this. So as a reference, this battery over here may be around 1600 milliamps. Small batteries like this that recharge your device via USB are often about 1600 milliamps. This one is 27,000 milliamps, not 2700, 27,000 milliamp hours. This one is probably around 1600, so you can see how much more power there is. Now, I'm not sure what the milliamp hour rating is on the Tachyon, but they claim this is somewhere around 50 something watt hours, while this PowerSmart here, they claim is about 97 watt hours. So it's nearly twice the power output of the Tachyon. And another feature is that this one can actually power 4 devices simultaneously. Now you've got a 2 amp USB here, and this is great for tablets. Then you got a 1 amp, that's pretty much most cell phones out there. You've got an output here for 16, 19, and 24 volts, and then an output here for anything between 9 and 12 volts. This is your input, and then this is your power selector. So you press it once, and you'll be able to see what capacity this battery is at. Now, if you hold this down for a few seconds, you'll see I can select my voltage now, 16, 19, or 24. Now 19 is good for the MacBook, or yeah, for the MacBook Airs. So you just give it a second, and now it's set. So that's set at 19 volts, and you can see that by holding down this button. You'll see that the last voltage that was used is 19 volts. So that's good. And that's a quick look. I'll show it to you plugged into my MacBook here, that it does connect and it does charge the system. Even though it's not designed for the MacBook Pro Retina, this will give you a lot of life on, say, a MacBook Air. It does work on here. It's probably not going to give you the best performance as opposed to a MacBook Air, but it will give me extra runtime on my MacBook Pro Retina. All right, so here I have a little Magsafe adapter. This converts Magsafe 1 to Magsafe 2. Just sticks on there. Then there you go. If I press this button here, it'll turn on. You see I'm running this at 19 volts. Actually, the MacBook uses 20 volt input. This is the Pro Retina, but this is at 19 volts right now. And then over on the screen, you can see that it is charging. All right, that's a quick look at the PowerSmart 27K battery from Seaport Digital. Definitely a battery to look into if you travel quite a bit and you have to charge up a lot of different accessories. And again, one of the huge benefits is the MagSafe cable that they provide for you. Some of the battery manufacturers out there, they can't provide this cable, so I'm not quite sure how these guys are doing it. Again, you can power up to 4 devices at one time, 97 watt hours, as opposed to the Tachyon, which is only about 50 something watt hours. Slim profile, I don't know if I mentioned it, about 1 pound in weight. So if you travel quite a bit, maybe something to look into, especially if you have a MacBook.